Hey there, future paraprofessional, and welcome to lesson number 1 of your ParaPro test prep. My name is Elliot, and I'm going to help you find and identify the main idea in a text passage. You might be asking yourself, do I really need to know this for the exam? And the answer is yes. If we have a look at the official ParaPro study companion, we can see that the first exam competency within the reading section reads that we, for exam day, need to be able to identify summaries or paraphrases of the main idea or primary purpose of a reading selection. So what does that mean? It means that on test day, you're going to be given a text passage, and you're going to be asked to identify the main idea of that text passage. So this video is going to teach you exactly how to do it and provide you with some practice. So let's first get started with what is the main idea. Now remember, if we were to just say what's the main idea in a couple of words, we would say that the main idea is the central concept of either a topic, a discussion, a book, a text passage. For example, if you and I were talking and you said, hey Elliot, I went and saw this movie yesterday and I really liked it. And you might say supporting details, why you liked it, some characters or actors, actresses, the plot, things about it that present a detailed response of why you like it. Those are the supporting details. However, the main idea is that you like that movie, right? So remember that the main idea in a text can be either stated directly or indirectly, where you'll have to infer the meaning of that text passage. Now, when taking your paraprofessional exam, it's going to help you to save time if you know where to look for the main idea. Now, remember that the majority of the time, the main idea is stated in the first sentence of the text passage. However, it can be stated in other places too. So not only if you don't find it in the first sentence, look at the last sentence and then also look in the middle. Notice that it can also be split or repeated. That's usually for a longer text passage though, even like a book or a chapter. Whereas for taking your paraprofessional exam, the longest text passage that you will more than likely receive will be about 3 paragraphs, but oftentimes it's just going to be 1 or 2 paragraphs. So again, first check the first sentence, after that check the last sentence, and then if you have to, go back into the middle and find it. Now you might also be asking, now how exactly can you be sure of what the main idea is in a text passage? And I've written these 2 different questions to ask yourself to keep in mind the back of your head while you're reading a text passage while taking your exam. So the first one, while you're reading, ask yourself, in general, who or what is this paragraph about? Secondly, ask yourself, what idea is the author focusing on? So after you read a passage, just in a sentence, maybe even in a phrase, you can state to someone else or just yourself, what is this about? Right? So I don't just want to leave you hanging. I want to provide you with some extra practice, some examples. So what I'm going to do is I am going to present 3 different questions. I'm going to give you the chance to pause the video. What I want you to do is select what you think is the best answer option, A, B, C, or D, and then we'll talk about it together. So let me zoom in here, and you can pause the video for a moment. I'll stop, and then I will read the text passage as well as the answer options out loud. So pause the video here and select A through D. All right, let me read it. Question 1 reads, regular physical exercise is essential for maintaining overall health. Many studies show that consistent physical activity reduces the risk of chronic diseases and improves mental well-being. People who exercise regularly often experience increased energy levels and a more positive outlook on life. Incorporating various forms of exercise into a daily routine can also enhance flexibility and strength. So what I first like to do is make sure that I know what the question is asking me. And this question reads, what is the primary focus of the paragraph? Now, on test day, it might ask you the primary focus. It might ask you the primary purpose, or it might ask you the main idea. And those 3 are all the same. So next, what I would want to do is I would want to identify within the text passage where that main idea is, because that's what I'm looking for. So again, First, I'm going to look at the first sentence. Regular physical exercise is essential for maintaining overall health. That to me feels like a main idea. But if I go back up to the two questions, I can kind of confirm whether or not that is the main idea. So the first one reads, who or what is this paragraph about? Remember, this paragraph isn't about who, but instead what. So what is it about? It's about regular physical exercise. And question 2, what idea is the author focusing on? Well, this author is focusing on the idea that what they want to convey to us, the reader, is that regular physical exercise is essential for maintaining overall health. Great. Now that I've identified the main idea in the text passage, it's going to be a lot easier for me to select the correct response, A, B, C, or D. So let's go ahead and read A. To detail various diseases prevented by exercise. I didn't see that. B, to emphasize the importance of regular physical exercise. Now, notice here how this same phrase, regular physical exercise, is located in both the answer option as well as the text passage. That, to me, is a major clue that B is probably the correct response. But before I select B, I want to read C and D just to make sure. C reads, to discuss different types of exercise activities available. That wasn't it. And D, to illustrate how exercise routines vary among different age groups. Again, that's not the main idea. The main idea is to emphasize just the general importance that regular physical exercise is important for overall health. So let's go on to question number 2. Again, pause the video here. Read the answer options. I can move this over. And then when you're ready, push play and I'll read it out loud for both of us. All right. Question 2 reads, community members have started to explore ways to reduce their environmental footprint by cultivating organic produce in small spaces. Local workshops and online resources have provided new insights into urban farming and eco-friendly practices. Enthusiastic gardeners experiment with innovative techniques to grow vegetables and fruits in limited areas. Okay? The practice of sustainable gardening is increasingly recognized as a viable method to promote environmental stewardship. Okay, so again, what I want to do is ask myself, where is the main idea in this text passage? And if you want help, you can use the scaffolding of the two questions. Who or what is this paragraph about? And what is the key idea that this author is really focusing on? So, what is this about? This is about the practice of sustainable gardening. And moreover, that this increases as a viable method to promote environmental stewardship, or stewardship is management or leadership. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can find the central idea, the main idea, the primary purpose of this text passage. Letter A reads, to introduce the concept of urban farming techniques, to compare various gardening tools and their efficiencies. Letter C, to highlight the economic benefits of commercial agriculture. Or letter D, to promote sustainable gardening for environmental stewardship. Again, we notice that the same key terms are used right inside the actual text passage. Now, sometimes on test day, you're going to want to look out for synonyms for environmental or stewardship. Like I said, they could have said environmental management, environmental, what else? Environmental leadership. They could have said a synonym for, different ways to say this, but oftentimes you will notice that the actual answer you're looking for is directly stated in the text passage. So next, let's go on to question number 3. I'm going to keep this answer option as D, and then once we're finished, we're going to click the submit button, and we'll see how we did. So pause the video here, read question 3, select the best answer that you think clearly identifies the main point of this paragraph, and then together we'll go over it together. All right, question 3 reads, Renaissance art encompasses a wide range of artistic expressions that marked a significant transformation in cultural history. Many art historians agree that the development of perspective in painting during the Renaissance revolutionized visual representation. The intricate techniques and innovative approaches of Renaissance painters continue to influence modern art practices. Detailed studies of artworks from this era reveal a harmonious blend of realism and creativity. All right, so what we want to do is find that central idea, that main point, that main idea of the paragraph. And what I really like to do is find where this is located in the paragraph before I even answer or before I even look at the answer options to clearly have a better idea of where I'm targeting. I first and foremost always look at the first sentence. Renaissance art encompasses a wide range of artistic expressions that marked a significant transformation in cultural history. It feels too general, too generic for the main message that the author wants to convey to us. So second, I look at the last sentence, which reads, detailed studies of artworks from this era reveal a harmonious blend of realism and creativity. Again, I'm not really feeling a main idea here, so I'm going to jump in the middle and go to this second sentence. Many art historians agree that the development of perspective in painting during the Renaissance revolutionized visual representation. And the third sentence, the intricate techniques and innovative approaches of Renaissance painters continue to influence modern art practices. And this is a specific message that the author wants to convey. It's within the Renaissance painters, they had this special technique that was developed during that time. So let's see if there's an answer option about some type of technique, modern practices from the Renaissance painters. So what is the main point of this paragraph? Letter A reads, to outline the timeline of art movements across Europe. That's not it. Letter B, to describe various modern art practices inspired by historical techniques. That could be it. Letter C, to discuss the revolutionary painting technique. That's what I'm looking for right there. Techniques during the Renaissance. And okay, let's go on read letter D just to make sure. To examine the diversity of artistic styles present during the Renaissance. Now, I like letter D because it's talking about different styles of painting, but it's not being specific enough. So I'm going to go with letter C to discuss the painting techniques. All right, now we've answered. Let me make sure that we've answered 1, 2, and 3. And I'm not sure. Let's click the submit button and see how we do. All right, great. We scored 3 out of 3, and the answer key is right down below. Now, if you're following along with our test prep, now is the chance to really do this on your own. Click the Start Exam blue button, Main Idea Quiz, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to answer all of these in order to check your readiness for finding the main idea within a text passage. Once you finish, let me move this over here, click the purple Continue button, or just navigate onto the left side of the screen and go to lesson number 2, which is all about identifying supporting ideas, and I'll see you in this lesson here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.